Hey guys, you've joined us live at Moneycontrol. I'm Manisha Gupta, and we did see as the year was ending that the FIU, or the Financial Intelligence Unit, which comes under the Ministry of Finance, did issue a showcause notice to 5 offshore virtual digital asset platforms, and this is for non-compliance of anti-money laundering laws. What does it really mean for India? Because we do understand that a lot of Indian participants or investors also did move to these offshore investing platforms. To answer all of those questions and many more, I am now joined by Sumit Gupta from Coindesk. Sumit, hi. Very happy New Year to you. Thank you so much for joining us here at Moneycontrol. First of all, what does it really mean, and what does it mean for you or for Indian exchanges as well?
Sure, Manisha, first of all, Happy New Year to you and your audience as well. Talking about this point, look, we need to first understand what is the objective of FIU registration. I think primarily the objective of FIU registration is to monitor financial transactions, curb money laundering, and prevent terror financing. When this came up in March of 2022, the homegrown Indian exchanges registered themselves with FIU and fully follow all the guidelines that comes up as part of the FIU framework. There has been a loophole there where some of the offshore platforms are not complying with FIU guidelines, which is not in the interest of customers, in the sense, and the customers may end up interacting with non-compliant transactions, which is risky for the customer, which is also risky for the ecosystem. And as a responsible industry and a company, I think it's a positive move. A compliant ecosystem is safer for everyone, for the industry, for community, for customers, and also for the government. And so if you ask me honestly, I kind of expected this, because this was a loophole in terms of compliances, which was there from last several months, and now it has the regulatory gap void that was there is now bridged with this recent FIU guideline and notice that came out.
So Sumit, what do you think now? A lot of people who had moved out to these offshore exchanges, do you see them coming back into Indian exchanges? And the second thing is, what would you really advise these to do?
Yeah, so we are seeing an early trend of that, getting thousands of people who are bringing in funds from these offshore non-compliant exchanges. And in fact, we welcome those users, and we have opened up channel for them to seamlessly bring in their crypto assets investments to Coindesk, and we are seeing an uptick there. I think customers trust Coindesk. We are the first one to get FIU registered. Compliance wise, customers feel Coindesk as a safe platform for people to deposit and store their crypto assets. So that's already happening.
So we do understand with the kind of FIU notification that it says that almost 30 exchanges are registered with them. The show cause notice has gone to 9. I'm assuming there are many more exchanges out there. So what do you think that the government of India here is trying to do?
I think the objective, from what I have learned, is very simple. How can we put all crypto transactions under the ambit of FIU, so that the transactions on that can be monitored and no wrong activity can happen. So right now, and there's something that they've been vocal about. It has been discussed, and now I think they're taking action on that. And any loophole that remains when it comes to non-compliance, not complying with the guidelines, whether it is crypto transactions, I think will come under the ambit of FIU and will get fixed over the next few months.
So would you call this as a positive news?
Yeah, I think it's a positive news. It's positive for compliant platforms, because we have been investing in it for last several months. In fact, 1.5 to 2 years post especially after the FIU guidelines, and I think this should pay off, because customers feel Coindesk is a safe platform for them to store their funds. It's a FIU registered entity, full tax compliant, because offshore exchanges are not even complying with tax laws. So I think this is news. Good news for Indian players. Plus, I think also for offshore players, if they come up and register with FIU, I think that should happen. I expect offshore platforms to come to FIU and register themselves and operate under the laws of the land and comply with all the guidelines. I think that is what is the right thing to do.
Sumit, from where we stand right now, you are one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in sense of participation, in sense of numbers as well. How has the year 2023 been for you?
2023 was kind of tough. 2022 and 2023 was kind of tough. Market was also slow. we have invested a lot. We have built a strong foundation in terms of customer protection, in terms of compliances, as I was mentioning. So last 2 years was largely a year of building for us. We had, we worked heavily in terms of making sure that whenever the market picks up, CoinDCX continues to serve customers in the best possible manner. And I think year 2023 was more about investment. Now year 2024, as market gets more exciting with ETF and halving, over the next few months, I think that's going to be more exciting, hopefully.
You talked about the ETF halving, the spot ETF, the expectation of that, and of course the Bitcoin halving that's happening in April 2024. The third important pillar really is the institutional investment, and that really seems to be strong. I mean, I was reading reports of Outlook 2024 from Mark Mobius to StanChart, and of course various other crypto invested companies are talking about some very bizarre outlooks for Bitcoin in sense of prices, Sumit.
Yeah, indeed. And I think it's probably going to have a ripple effect on Indian institutional investors as well. So we do have offerings for institutional investors. And as US, as a smart capital comes into crypto as an asset class in the US, I think some part of that we'll see in India as well. And we are excited for that.
So, we do understand that until 2021, it was great going for crypto as in sense of exchanges and markets in India. 2022 and 23 for some part is being called as crypto winter. And then we've seen so much happen in the international markets, whether it was about FTX or, Binance for that matter. Where do you see the market standing right now? Would you call it slightly shaky as the international central banks still look at crypto? They still want to regulate it in some sense. They're still trying to get their hang on how this should really be treated as.
Yeah, I think I foresee that a lot of clarity will come. I think ETF will open up a lot of doors, and the global or the local minima, I would say, that we had around 6 months back in the US. I think that phase is over now, and now we'll see more uptick and more clarity coming from the regulation side. I think we are not that far away from those moments, and first it may happen in US and then possibly in other regions as well.
A final word then, and what's your sense and what are you looking at in sense of CoinDCX for 2024?
Yeah, I mean, we are very excited about 2024. We hope and we wish that government reduces the tax that they have applied, 1.5 years back, which is pretty harsh. And if that gets reduced, I think Indian Web3 ecosystem is going to have an amazing future. And for us at CoinDCX, we are super bullish on India. We are confident that India will be a Web3 powerhouse in the long run. And we're just all prepped up to sort of contribute to that growth.
I'm going to squeeze in one final question. We've been talking about crypto, of course, and various regulations that we could be looking at in 2024. But you've been doing a lot of Web3 and blockchain work as well. How has that panned out and where is that headed?
Yeah, that's also going up pretty well. The wallet that we've launched is also picking up traction. I think right now the market is looking for safer places where they can, invest, they can start their investing journey. So that's already solved for us. I think for us, what's also important that how can we drive utility of these crypto assets? How can we give people access to, let's say, DeFi and some of the Web3 applications? So that's something which is a core part of our mission to drive adoption of crypto and Web3 in India and beyond. So that's something that we continue to be bullish on, and I think it would be a great thing if an Indian company can solve those problems for the larger ecosystem. I think that would be pretty exciting to see. All
right, almost seems like coming out of that crypto winter and more positive news flowing in already. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us a sense on where 2024 could really be headed as far as crypto and blockchain as sectors go.